So today we have a team update, and I think the first week of the JLT has changed a lot, especially the defense and the forward line, and that's what I'll mostly talk about here, but also a few midfielders have put their hand up, ones that we weren't considering much before, so we'll just talk about that for a bit. Anyway, we'll start in defense. So Laird's a little bit overpriced, but he does add stability to the back line, especially the back line I have at the moment. But yeah, not much to say on him. Very good, super solid player. Just does what he does every week, what he's done for many years, and showed that on the weekend. Also, I have Witherden. I had my doubts over Witherden, but we've seen a lot of really, really good signs from him over the past 2 years, and last year he didn't have a full preseason. This year he has, and he's very well priced as well. 455k it's not a lot, so yeah, I don't mind Witherden. So I think, yeah, he played very well, so I think I'll keep him there for the moment. Also, we have Zach Williams. So Zach Williams had copped a knock, so he didn't play much after quarter time, but in the first quarter I think he had 13 touches, which is ridiculous. So I really like Williams, and he's been a lock for me for a long time. So yeah, I think the value is way too good there, so I'm locking in Williams. Next guy we have is Brodie Smith, and I'll talk about Robertson as well together. So the logic behind me picking these two players is, if I'm not picking Smith and Robertson, I'm looking at a Sam Collins and maybe an Isaac Quainer, but he hasn't played just yet. So I'd be using quite expensive rookies anyway, so I don't expect either of these to be keepers. Maybe possibly one, but maybe I'm going crazy, I think, with these mid prices, but I don't like the expensive defender options. A lot of them I have their doubts on. I think Sicily's role could be anywhere this year, so I don't want to pick him. And Lloyd looked okay as well, but I think I'd only run with one of Lloyd or Laird. So I think Brodie Smith is going to get a lot of the ball at the Crows, or they're going to seek to give him the ball a lot, because he's very important to how the Crows play. And the new rules do suit him a lot, whether it's kick-ins or just getting run off half-back. So that's that. And then Robertson is a risk, because he might throw in a few games where he scores like 40, because they'll need him to play key defender. But as a loose player, he's very good. He might be St Kilda's best player, or top 3 at least. So I do like what I saw from Robertson, and he's just incredibly cheap as well. So only about 100,000 more than Collins, and for that reason, I think I'd rather pay the 100k for Robertson. So yeah, the rookies, not much to say. Clark was good, Watson was good. I don't know if he plays round 1, and Hall was okay. So we'll worry about the rookies after, but for now, those guys are looking pretty likely. Okay, now we have the midfield. So Jackson, McRae, I think we need to have... Is it possible to have 2 Kings? I don't know, but I will not start without him under any circumstances besides injury or something. 42 touches, just does what he does, and yeah, he was I think 12 in the last quarter, so when everyone gets tired, not Jackson McRae, he just keeps going. So that was pretty impressive from McRae. Cripps as well. Cripps is a monster. You can't stop him in the midfield. So he's a lock as well for me. Just too many contested possessions, so that's why I have Cripps there. Now this next spot, I have Lockie Neal. I'm considering Oliver and Cornelio for this spot. Cornelio would hurt my buys a lot, but I think Neal was very good, albeit against a very poor Hawthorn team. They fielded the worst team out of everyone else, so a lot of players out for them. but Neil was very durable and played very well. Disposal efficiency was higher than usual, so yeah, I liked what I saw from Neil. It'll be either him, Cornelio, or Oliver. I think I want to see one more game from Oliver because of his pre-season, but where he had the surgery, so we'll wait on that. Anyway, next two we have is Matt Crouch and Sloan. Matt Crouch just does what he does, and Sloan had 20 touches in the first half in 40 degrees. So with a full preseason, I really like Rory Sloan. I like him a lot, and I think, again, because I have McRae, Cripps, Grundy, I need to look for value where I can, and I see that in Matt Crouch and Sloan. Now, one more guy in the midfield I'll talk about is Sam Walsh. So this is, I think everyone's considering him a lock. He's pretty close to it, but keep in mind his trial game was against Hawthorn, who have a pretty weak midfield. I think O'Meara only played half the game, and he played against Essendon, who I think a lot of their mids had about 50% game time. So that's that. So while he hasn't put a foot wrong, Sam Walsh, he's been fantastic, but the price tag is the variable that makes you consider him not a lock. But at this stage, I have him in. I want to see one more game from him, but very impressed with him. Him and Cripps will be a formidable, if that's a word, I can't say it, but formidable duo in Carlton's midfield. Not much to say on the rookies. We'll get a better look at them, but we might have to look at guys like Haitley and Butters and a few other guys. So not sure I want to pay extra for them because I'm paying extra for Walsh, but we'll have another look at them in the second JLT game. Rucks, we kind of learnt nothing, although we did learn. I wasn't impressed with Bruce, and I'm not sure you can play Wiedemann, Bruce, McDonald, and Gawn all together. So I actually think that Bruce won't play round one. I don't know for sure, but I'm just not sure how that works for Melbourne. So I think Gawn comes into consideration, but I'm just guessing at this point from what I saw. So we'll see on that. Goldstein was very good, but he played against no ruckman. He was rucking against Cam Bruce for most of the game, so didn't really learn much there. But he looks fitter. He looks a little bit leaner. Anyway, forward line. All I can say in the forward line is imagine if we didn't have Dangerfield and Heaney. It'd be a pretty big nightmare. But this F3 spot, it's really tough. Right now I have David Mundy, who hasn't played yet. He's 33. I don't like that. Last year, when he was 32, I said, he's 32. I'm not picking him. But he did pretty good last year, and he spent a fair bit of time forward. This year, Ross Lyon has said that, or I think Mundy actually said, he will play more midfield. Because he's been a midfielder for his whole career. So he is 33, 34 halfway through the year. That is concerning, but at the same time, he's been one of the most durable players ever. Plays over 20 games most years, so he's an option. I'm still a little bit nervous on him because of his age, and he does throw in a few 50s and 70 games. Not many. I think he just the 150 game last year, but I'm just not sure who to pick here. I'm considering Jack Darling. Hell, I'm even considering Jack Billings. I'll talk about him in another video, but I think it's becoming more of a case of best of the worst. So yeah, very upset about McLean and Dunkley not playing enough midfield. So yeah, and also I don't love the structure of 3 rookies in the forward line. I'm not sure Drew plays round 1, but I think he will. Setterfield and Parker will play round 1. And I'm not sure about my bench or the bench options either. But yeah, we'll need a bit more time to look at that. So that's the team. I'm reasonably pleased with it. few players I'm a bit worried about not having, such as Oliver and maybe Canelio as well, and Taranto. But yeah, and also Gorn. But anyway, that's the team. Plenty more stuff to come before the season starts, and we'll have weekly videos during the season, so it should be good. Also, if you want to send me a team, I'm going to do another video on that. So yeah, I'll just pick a few teams that I like and do a video. I'll try and do all of them, but if I get too many, then I'll just do my best. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.